Today I bring to you another Uncut Bedwars and talking session. Okay, before anyone yells at me, it's almost fully uncut. Okay, the first game I forgot to record, so I had to use shadow play for the first 45 seconds. So yes, there's a bit of a cut, okay? And then the second game was astronomically long for no reason at all, so I cut out some of the most boring parts. Now that that's out of the way, I'm recording this after I recorded the Yap session. I don't even know how I jumped from topic to topic, but I did, so I hope you enjoy. And low-key, it's Uncut Bedwars, but you could also just walk away and fold some laundry or something while I'm yapping. Maybe I'm not that interesting though, sorry, my bad. Enjoy the video. I haven't made an intro yet for this video, but knowing I will make one, that means I can't do the intro now and I should start talking, but I'm not very interesting, so I don't know what to talk about. I truly have no clue. To start off though, I guess it's cool to mention the fact that I'm almost at 2K subscribers, at least at the time I'm recording this. And maybe by the time it's uploaded too, I'll have close to 2K. Well, obviously I already am close to 2K. I will obviously be able to be past 2K. I don't really know. That's kind of cool. Never really thought that would happen, but here we are. With that being said, I don't know why I have 2K subscribers, because I didn't do shit. I just kind of uploaded stuff and it's been really fun. I really like making videos and uploading them, but I mean, I'm not the best player in the world. I'm not the most entertaining person in the world, so I don't really know how that happened, but that's pretty cool. I would have never thought that I would end up with a YouTube channel, and I'm not trying to say that. I feel like this is something people say when they reach like 100K or something crazy. That's like a huge milestone, okay? And I'm obviously not at that, but I never thought I would be like sitting here making videos in my free time just for funsies, you know? But I am, and it's super awesome. I feel like every kid has that thing where they're like, oh, I'm gonna make videos, I'm gonna make it big. And no, I didn't make it big, but it's still really cool that there's a few people that watch the stuff that I put out there, you know? That's probably like everybody's dream back in middle school. Although back in middle school, I don't really know that what did I do back in middle school? Like, I'm trying to think. What dreams and aspirations did I have at that age? Because I don't think being a YouTuber was ever one of them, to be honest. Outside of me randomly thinking, oh, that'd be cool to do, and then forgetting about it the next day. So I can't even pretend like this is a dream of mine. It's really not. It just happened. I don't know. But back in middle school, I feel like most kids back in middle school tried to do something with YouTube. I remember there was a kid in my class and I don't know what videos he made. He made like, I don't know if it was sports related stuff, but I just remember there being a kid in my class and he would try and like show off his YouTube channel a lot, and he would send an email to the entire grade, and it was like a tiny school. So in middle school, I think there were only like 40 of us graduating in that class. So he would send emails to the entire class with like his video linked, and he'd say new upload or something like that. It was so funny. I still don't remember what he posted, and I'm sure the videos probably got like 30 or 40 likes just because he sent it to the whole grade, but it was so funny, and I wish I could remember what exactly the videos were about. I wonder what happened to that kid, because I'm pretty sure he went to the same high school I did too. He was like really rich and like just kind of, he was nice, but like, I remember when we went on a trip somewhere for like a field trip, and he bought like a $600 pair of shoes just because. And I was like, dude, this guy's like, that was crazy. Speaking of like high school, I feel like everybody, okay, I'm not in high school anymore, right? I'm in college now. I feel like everybody always talks so highly about high school. I guess it's, okay, hold on. Not everybody. It depends on who you ask. But there was a group of friends that I knew from middle school that went to the same high school as me, and we hung out for a little bit until I did online school. So I did like actual in-person school for not too long before I switched to online. So this was the group of friends that I kind of hung out with before I switched online, and they were all super nice, and I don't really remember everything that we would talk about, because looking back, okay, the reason I'm getting to this point is because when I went to go talk to them like a year or so later, maybe 2 years later, it had been a while, okay, I got invited to a birthday party for one of them, which was really thoughtful because we used to be close, but I just hadn't spoken to this girl in forever, so it was kind of awkward. But it was that same group of people, and they were super nice, don't get me wrong, but it was just really awkward because I missed out on like 2 years of like jokes and experiences and friendship, if that makes sense. Being an online student, I didn't talk to them at all, and like I don't want to portray this like I'm so sad. I actually loved online school and I'm very introverted, so I didn't mind that at all, but it was kind of weird getting invited to that because I hadn't talked to them forever, and then all of a sudden I see them all again, and it was just, I felt so left out in the sense that they tried really hard to include me and they weren't mean at all, but in the sense that we don't have anything in common. How did I even talk to these people to begin with? Like, I don't know. Like, none of our interests, well, like they all had shared interests, right? But mine were not, there was no overlap there. So looking back, I don't know. I think even if I did in-person school, I don't think it would have helped. I still think I would have not had that social aspect, because I think when a lot of people think about how good high school is, they think about the social aspect of it, right? And how they had so many friends and they had such a good time. And I think even if I was in person, I'm too antisocial that I would have never had that aspect to begin with. And it kind of makes me mad because I know a lot of people that I talked to after that, like friends from that school or like family friends, like adults, would always tell me that you're gonna regret not going to prom, you're gonna regret, I don't know, you're gonna regret all these things. And years later, I don't regret it at all. And I think a lot of people expected me to be like super outgoing or something. That's just not me. So like not having all these experiences, I'm totally fine with that. And I never once felt like I was missing out until people told me that I was going to miss out. Because then I would be like, wait a second, am I gonna regret this? And then I'd think about it for longer. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. Because if I had gone to prom, I would have been miserable. I would have been in the corner with my friends, with, okay, quote unquote friends that I would have barely talked to, right? So I feel like looking back, I'm actually fine. But it just makes me mad when I see people say, oh, you're gonna miss out on all this, you're gonna miss out. It's like, no. I mean, it depends on the person, right? Some people would and some people won't. I'm the person that wouldn't miss out on things like that. You know what I'm saying? And the past couple of years, I keep getting asked things like, do you regret it? And it's like, no, I don't. Like, just leave me alone. I think it bothers people that I don't regret it. And like going into college, I was really nervous because I had been online. I have really terrible social anxiety, and I had been online for high school. So going into college, I was going to be half online, half on campus. And I was very worried about that. But the transition was honestly really easy because I think in college, there's no like, at least at my college, right? It was just a little community college. There was no like cliques. There was no like big groups. There's no atmosphere of like people trying to get to know each other and trying to make friends because it was a community college. There was none of like, there's no sororities, you know what I'm saying? There was no sort of group that I felt like I could be a part of. So everybody was just kind of there to get their classes done and talk to people in their project groups and then be done with it. And it was so awesome. Another thing that high school teachers used to say all the time, and I feel like kids joke about this a lot, is like teachers saying, this isn't gonna fly in college. They're not gonna let you do this in college. And like, they don't really care in college. They don't care at all. At least in my experience, they have not cared at all. I had one professor for like a business class, and he said, it wasn't the first day, it was like sometime later in the class that he would throw up some questions on the projector and we would like write them down and talk about it in our little groups. Me and the other girls in my group were also like, we were all not very social, so he would keep reminding the whole class, but in reality he was probably reminding my group specifically. He's like, remember guys, you need to talk to each other. But anyways, he would always say, if you don't know the answer to the question, you should ask ChatGPT. He said that. He literally said that. And it was just like, what an amazing like time we live in. I think this guy just kind of, and he was a really nice professor. I felt kind of bad for him. It was his first year. He had a really strong accent. He was clearly very nervous to teach a class, but he did good. But I felt kind of bad for him in a lot of scenarios because he was just kind of, there was one time he was trying to show us a video on the projector, and it's like a YouTube video, so you know some of the YouTube ads before video plays, and it was some crazy thing about like I don't even want to say it. It was something pretty explicit, and he was so embarrassed. I feel bad for that guy. Okay, long story short though, he totally told us to just use ChatGPT if we didn't know the answer, and you know, he was trying to give us the whole spiel of like, use it so that you learn and whatever. Okay, but you know, I think he just realized he can't really stop us from using it, so he might as well just let us, I guess. I don't know, but he was a really cool professor, and he was just really wholesome, you know? This older guy, he was very nervous but passionate. It was pretty cute. But anyways, long story short, teachers that always say, oh, you can't do this in college, and then there was my teacher who literally told us to use ChatGPT. It was so awesome. What a time, dude. But yeah, sometimes I would go to that class and like, not that class, I guess any college class in general, and some of the people there, I mean, a lot of them were like my age, right? But there were some that were older, and it felt so, okay, in one way it was weird because it was like, wow, I can't believe there's like, I guess that's anywhere you go, you get that feeling, at least I do, right? But it's like, I can't believe all these people around me have different lives and different experiences. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was just so weird because in high school, you know, everybody's a teenager usually, and everybody's doing the same sort of thing, right? But in college, you're like, wow, these people are like so different. Everybody's leading a different life, you know? And every time I would walk in, it's such a dumb thought. This is so chronically online. It was kind of just like, I wonder what other kids in here sit on their computer and play Minecraft all day, because that's kind of awesome. Okay, I don't play Minecraft all day, okay? But like, at some point in time, I did. I'm a fucking 800 star practically. That's embarrassing, bro. But yeah, such an interesting time. Which, speaking of, I can't believe I'm almost an 800 star. I always said I was gonna quit if I ever got to 800 stars, and here I am. I'm like, what, like 6 stars away, I think? That happened so quick. And I don't like the 700 star color. I don't like pink, but I also don't like 800, so this is like hell for me. Although I was talking to someone and they said that I should do the Slumber Hotel because it gives so many stars, and like with all those stars I could like breeze through 800 really quickly and get to 900, which 900 looks okay. It's not horrible, but you know, it's whatever, I guess. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that because I've done like one Slumber Hotel quest ever. It's not even that it's hard. Well, actually, hold on. Okay, using a bunch of pearls, that one is like, I never use pearls. That's where I'm stuck at, actually. That's like one of the first quests. I don't even use pearls, so yeah. But it's not that it's hard, it's just I forget that it exists and that I should do it. I also don't even really know how it works. I remember they updated it recently, I think, because I went to a lobby and I don't even know who this guy was, okay? He just started talking to me. He was like, Yoshika. I was like, oh, all right, we're having a conversation. And he asked me my thoughts on like the Bedwars update. And I guess they updated the hotel, I think. He made it sound like that. And he said that you can like gamble more tickets now at once, which is so funny. And I didn't even know that was a thing. So I went in there and what is it? You can get, I think for me, I can gamble like 75 or something. I don't know. Because I had 99 in my inventory. I went in there, gambled some tickets, and lost all 75. So that was epic. That was truly a time. So yeah, don't even ask me what's going on with the Slumber Hotel. Don't even ask me what to do. Oh, hold on. I will tell you one thing. The stupid fucking, what's it called? The mace that they added to Bedwars and the wind charges. How disappointing was that? Okay, not that it has to be perfect, but the mace, I got a friend. We went into a private game. He went up to build limit and dropped on me with the mace, and it really didn't do much. Okay, hold on. It did a lot more than a sword would have in that scenario, but he went to fucking build limit. It did like, and I don't even think we had prot or anything. Maybe we had armor. I don't know. Okay, he went up to build limit. I think it did like half damage, and I don't know if they put it like a restriction on it, like it can only do half at a time. I don't know, but it like didn't do like anything. It was so like underwhelming, which is good, okay, because if somebody dropped on my head with that like a mace that did like a shit ton of damage, I'd be so pissed. But it was still like, I'm like, okay, like they were hyping the shit up and it was just a stupid little shovel that did some damage. I don't know. And then the wind charges, dude, you go up like 3 blocks And like, I get it, they're not supposed to be as powerful as a fireball or whatever, but it was just, yeah, okay, like, you know, I'm glad you updated the game, I guess. I don't know. Which I don't know why I'm complaining that much, because I'm not even like, I play to record and occasionally have fun. I don't really play that much anymore, at least. I know the Andrew stars telling I don't play that much, but I don't play that much anymore, at least, right? So I guess I have no room to complain, but I'm still gonna complain anyways. It was stupid. I'm yet to try the one block though. I think it's called one block, the one block Bedwars. I saw some videos of it. It looks like something that would piss me off, so I'm staying away from it. I think it would probably make me really mad. Okay, not really mad, but it would just, it looks like Skywars but worse, you know? Like, I feel like if you get rushed, you're just dead, which maybe that could work out in my favor if I like insta rush. I don't even know how it works though. I don't even know if you can do that. Like, I don't know, but I guess I'll have to try it before I fully judge their update, right? Which, like, I don't know why that would, I get so, this is so off topic. I'm just yapping, sorry. But I get so mad when I'm not good at something. And like, okay, yes and no when I say that. Like, I tried 1.20, I don't know if it was 1.20. It was like modern versions of PvP, right? I tried it like a week, no, at this point, maybe 2 weeks ago, okay? And it's not like I'm horrible at it. Like, I'm getting hits and I'm doing okay. It's just like, it's the exact opposite of 1.8. And so I got so frustrated. It was like everything I ever knew about the game was incorrect, and that made me mad. So like, I feel like the same thing's gonna happen with one block Bedwars. Like, even though it's supposed to be like a fun game mode, I'm just gonna get so mad. Like, I don't even want to try it, which is so annoying. I wish I didn't get like, I think the second I peaked in Bedwars, which is such a crazy thing to say, I sound like an idiot. This sounds so dumb. But the second I peaked in Bedwars, I think I didn't want to accept anything other than a win, which sounds so cringe, which I've been humbled, okay? I peaked at like, what, 2023, okay? That's it went downhill after that, okay? And then I would get so mad when I lost a game in 2023, and I still get upset's not the word. I still get annoyed, but since I took a break after like, so 2024 I didn't play practically at all, and then 2025 I came back, and since coming back I've obviously been a little washed, okay? I was never amazing to begin with, but I'm definitely not as good, okay? Since coming back, I've been so humbled by the fact that I'm losing so often. I think it also has to do with, I don't know the right word for it, but where you can't see opponents in the pregame lobby. I think it has something to do with that, low-key, because I don't know, I Q dodged a little bit, but not that much. And maybe people Q dodged me, you know? I don't really know. Who knows anymore? I'm just gonna stay bad at this game forever, probably. And I hope you keep watching no matter how bad I am.